How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing in the Badger, recommended by this person on the screen now, who wanted to have some tips on how to actually play it. Now, I am by no means like an insane Badger player, but we're going to try a few things. We're going to try one session where we play it with Turbo, and then we'll probably switch that out for HP boost. There are a few different ways that you can actually set the Badger up, and it's a little bit challenging to actually find the right one for you. Now, if we quickly go and put it into a comparison, you can see what I mean by this. And we'll also put myself down the bottom right. The field mods for this tank are actually really nice, because you can get 30% suspension durability and then maintaining 15% extra speed across all terrain types. You should never, and I mean never, ever go for this one. It doesn't make sense. The reason being is that the lightweight suspension, yes, it gives you some hull traverse speed, but if you think about it, you're getting 15% bonus to the traverse speed anyway, because it's maintaining speed across all terrain types. And that means not just going forwards and all of that, it means also turning because you're still moving technically. So although, yes, your traverse speed will go down slightly, it is not going to go down the full 5% that you think it's going to go down. So it is always worth it to go for reinforced suspension and then 15% like across everything. So it's always worth it to pick this one because it gives you so much. It makes you basically untrackable for the lower tier vehicles, or the lower caliber vehicles, I should say, and gives you the extra speed boost. Next one, of course, is the aim in circle size. You should always do that. There is no point going for aim time on any tank whatsoever. Always the aim in circle size. And then you can get view range or concealment after firing. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really care about concealment on the Badger. And now you can get into some kind of really, really weird and interesting kind of loadouts, I guess, or builds for the tank. You could go for 2% to vehicle hit points and 20% from crew injuries. So that's quite nice for your survivability. Or you could go for the reload time so that your DPM goes up even more. And I think that's worth it. I mean, yes, it is nice to have that extra hit points and the extra protection from crew injuries. But what you could do to negate some of that is just you go with that and then you use a medkit for a premium medkit if you are so inclined. I suppose if you don't really, if you play like free to play, then you should just completely leave this unless you're okay with the extra 20%. But crew members don't seem to die too much in this tank, all in all, because it is quite well armoured. And then finally for this one, you can get the repairable tracks, which is going to give you an increase to your suspension repair time, or you could go for the speed where you get a better reverse speed. I think that it's worth it to go a little bit slower backwards because most of the time you're not really reversing too much, and you're kind of, in that place, hold down. And also, if you do use a turbo, it's going to negate some of that anyway. So I think that's not too bad. And the extra engine power that you get as well is quite nice. So that means that with this build that I have, where we have vents and rammer, and then we have turbo, we get nearly 4.6 thousand DPM, which is kind of crazy. And then you could also go and put on a gun rammer. And if you were so inclined and you wanted to put full bonded on this, yeah, you got up to 4,800 DPM. But there are a few other things that you can do. You could get rid of the vents and then you go to survivability, and then you can also choose a survivability slot. And then that way you're going to have even more hit points. You go up to 2,300. And you could also do that to give you even more hit points, but I don't think it's worth it, as we've already mentioned. The other thing that you could do is get rid of both of these, and then you go for kind of the ultimate kind of sniping version of the Badger. And you're all the way down to 0.23 accuracy with 4,800 DPM. Or you could choose IRM. Like, the abilities are endless on this tank. They really are. You can choose anything that you really want on this tank as kind of the third slot. It just depends on if you want more mobility, if you want more hit points, if you want more accuracy. There's lots of different ways that you can play this tank. And you don't have to have the field mods either. Like, even without the field mods, this tank is absolutely mental. One thing that I will say is that the large repair kits on this tank and any turretless TD are completely worth it. You should be using these if you can. If you have any stockpiled up, you should use them on your turretless TDs because they do help you out a lot. Give you the 10% to repair speed, which also, another side note, you could also put config on this tank, which would then make the repair speed even better. Meaning that you could put hardening, you can put config, and then a rammer. Always the rammer. Do not ever get rid of the rammer on this tank, okay? I don't care what anyone says. Do not get rid of the rammer on this tank. And with all of this loadout, you're at 3.6 seconds repair time. You could also put on this, and it goes down even more. And then if it was completely maxed out, you have a 2.5 second repair time. Not to mention that your HP on your tracks is also increased, so you're even harder to track anyway. So I'm going to play one game where we'll use this loadout. I will also play one game with the turbo, and we'll play one game where we'll use the improved aiming and vents and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's begin some gameplay, shall we? Okay, so we are on Murovanka. We have quite a few heavies. There are a few TDs, one arty, which is quite nice. But yeah, overall, not really too many issues, actually. This guy has the Russian flag. Oh dear. Oh, another thing that you can do, if you use, where even is it? Enable automatic hull lock in sniper mode. If you have this unticked, you can kind of, hang on, I'll show you. So like if I look left, it will automatically just turn, whereas before you would be locked in and you would have to turn the tracks manually. Which is nice when you're in tanks like this that don't use a camo net and stuff. Let's see if we can, if we get some spots on the AMX 30 or something like that. I'm just going to ping this and then we'll fire once into them just to see. I do also need to change this reticle. I was messing around with the reticle yesterday. But yeah, that is where I want it. Oh, of course it goes low. He didn't spot us though, somehow. But yeah, there's no point pushing forwards. If we push forwards, we're dead. Like, there's no one here on our team. So, what's the point? We might as well just wait and then... Unlucky. And then when our time comes, we can actually snipe people. Because all our heavies are camped back here, so what's the point of pushing forwards? If all that's really realistically going to happen is we just die. We have 2 EBRs? Oh, they also had 2 EBRs. There's a guy here. I'm going to fire HE. Oh man. 671. Beautiful. Well, both of our EBRs are dead now. Very good. We love EBR players that just YOLO in for no real reason. But yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, both of their EBRs are dead now. I don't know why. Like, what are they doing? It wasn't the Foch that spotted us, I don't think. Like, he was behind the ridgeline. Someone else is spotting us at the moment. But we can't spot him. We don't have enough view range to do it. Which is a bit annoying. But they can't really pen us. Like, the only way that they're penning us is, like, Jagdpanzer 100, but he's over the other side of the map. And everyone else is probably not able to pen, actually. Kran definitely not, unless he hits the lower plate. Like, basically the entire upper bit of this tank is just unpennable, especially at this angle, where I'm kind of using gun depression as well. This is why you don't go out in the open. Another nice position is actually at the back here where the FV is. Because if they decide to try and push down this, you're completely hidden. And you won't get spotted. But for what we're doing here, where we can actually go hold down, I feel like this is a better position for us. APCR rounds on this tank aren't that good. All in all. Only 320 penetration, and yeah, sure, they go a little bit faster, but not that much faster. So overall, it's probably, you're probably better off just saving some credits, honestly. Let's see if we can shoot some people from this angle. Oh, hello. I'm going to try and track this guy. He's tracked once. If he oh, he might be perma-tracked here, actually. I believe he's perma-tracked. 121B just got ammo-racked. And we can stay here forever. He should be perma-tracked still. Hopefully. I don't know how much health he has. There we go. He's dead now. Good, good, good. And now we can kind of just sit here pretty freely. We have enough. Also, we can of course press either X or whatever button you've bound it to lock the hole if you want to, so you don't keep moving. But you can see we've got enough gun arc to be able to kind of deal with anyone that goes over this way. We don't need to lock it though for now. This is very much a holding tank, because if you go forwards, you can't really be too aggressive in the Badger. If you be aggressive in the Badger, you're probably just going to die. Because as soon as you get perma-tracked, it's basically over. Which is kind of why the survivability one that I showed you, like with the config and the hardening, is quite nice. Because you can't really get tracked, or perma-tracked at least. I mean, none of these can pen me, unless they hit the low plate. It's just a waiting game. There's no point me moving anywhere else, there's no point me moving forwards. If I move forwards, I die. Yeah. It is literally just a waiting game. And also, if they push forwards, I should get the spotting. Because none of these can actually spot this. So none of the FV, the CS63, and the Jagdpanzer, they can't spot this. Like anyone that moves up. Only I can, which is good. Because it means I get all the spotting. And if they go to the left, then, I mean, they should get detected by this guy at the back here, because he should have enough view range to go about to here or so. So it should be fine. Imagine a game in 2021. We're in 7 minutes and it's 7-7 scoreline. We have a little bit of a lead on the HP, but I can't actually see over the other side of the map, so I'm surprised that the player base is this patient. Okay, well now they start blind firing. That was just perfect timing. Badger and E100 go. Like, what's the point? They have exactly the same, near enough amount of tanks as us at the back there, just waiting for us to do exactly the same thing. We will just... Like, you may have a very, very powerful tank, but you're not going to be able to push me. You know what? Fine. He says look at the time. I mean, fine, he has 4 minutes, but even if we push now, we're not going to win the game. This is more than likely just going to be a draw. And the CS63 is going to be camped at the back here. The Kran and everyone else is going to be camped at the back here. One person's close. But this is just not going to work. Like, there's no way of actually pushing this and winning from it. I might be able to snipe this guy's cupola. Just go forwards or backwards. One of the two. Go on. Or that. So the crown is going to be over there. Oh, hello, CS. A little bit unlucky. But okay, well, they are idiots on the enemy team. Because all they had to do was just hold. One into the crown. Now he's dead. I don't know what they were doing. Like, they genuinely were idiots. Because all they had to do was hold where this 30B is. The only thing they had to do. They protect Artie this way as well, and it's nearly impossible for us to push this. Very nice accuracy. Goes absolutely nowhere close to where I just aimed that. Even though that it's, what? Well, it's not that far away. So we get like another 1,000 damage. So, blind from the E100 earlier. Okay, so 3.3k, we get 2k spotting as well, we can apply that, and then we're getting close to the next field mod. But yeah, like, it's still completely stupid, like, what we did, because it's very, very easy for the enemy just to kill us all when we go like that. But the Kran was full health. All he had to do was go hold down at the back of the map. He farms me, he farms the FV. As soon as he gets rid of the FV, and he could clip the CS as well, like, that's 2 tanks just dead. Like, it's nearly impossible to actually dig people out of Murovanka. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to try with the config, the survivability, and then we'll also use the config thing. So it's now 3 seconds for us to repair our tracks. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're on Safe Haven. I have a plan. It might not work, but it's a plan. So maybe it will work. You can definitely feel that it's slightly slower because you don't have the turbo. And yeah, I would probably say that turbo is kind of the best option. All in all, it might be worth it for turbo, survivability, and then rammer as probably the best one out of everything, like the best combination. So maybe that's the best way of doing things. Now, I did have a plan, however, this plan isn't going to work. Good. That's really annoying, actually. I was gonna get there fast enough to be able to go hold down on the like ramp thing, but it's just not gonna work. So instead, we try and go hold down here. I love aiming there and it goes completely the opposite way. It's just great. I'm sorry, but what? Accuracy? Hello? I'm just getting trolled by accuracy. Okay, thanks RNG. But as you can see from here, we're completely hold down. The only way that they can really shoot us is if they go along this little line, kind of armor plate here. Because that's the weakest part. Oh, I don't really know what to do now. Because there's not a lot I can do. There's no one really that I can shoot. I can't go out in front of this. Like, I don't have the gun arc. I'm not a tortoise. You're also a very low profile tank, which can actually be a problem. This guy isn't even facing there. Can we kill this E4? Yep, that bounces apparently. I reload fast on him though. Push forward, see what else we can get out of this. This isn't really a Badger map, let's be honest. There's still a grill at the back of the map, probably over there. Just waiting. And the 279E, I don't know where he's gone, but... Well, I did want to track him. I don't understand what's going on here, to be honest. Okay then, if you want to do that. No, what am I getting blocked by now? Low premium. Well played 279, you done so well. I don't know, like there's just nothing you can do. Ended up being a faster game than I thought, and Safe Haven just isn't the map for the Badger. At least we can get another field mod now. We can actually choose a secondary loadout. But like this one has 0.27 accuracy and it just doesn't feel like 0.27. Alright, so finally we are going to go down with the bounty aiming, vents, and then rammer. And we're also going to put a rammer directive on it. So we have nearly 4.6k DPM. Obviously we don't have the full loadout for the field mod, so we can't make it 4.8k. But yeah, this should be pretty good. Okay, we're on Berlin. Not too bad. We'll have to see how this goes. It's potentially a good map for the Badger. Problem being, though, that we're just too slow to get into position when we need to be in position. Because I would want to be in a... I'd want to be in a position where you can go kind of in this window bit, like up there. But we're just too slow to get there. So what is this K91 doing? He drives like an idiot. But yeah, this window where the chief is, that's kind of the window where you want to be. Just too slow. FV at the back of the map as well. Try and snipe the chief cupola, but probably not going to end up going very well, is it? Hey, there we go. Eventually we got one. Why am I getting rammed? Please. There we go. Get another. And another. He's not happy. And another. Chieftain, very balanced tank, by the way. It's very, very broken, you know. Honestly, Chief meta, I'd much prefer in rank than Crown meta. But we now make the Chieftain go away. It's not even like it was just lucky. We aimed it well. Like, we aim for the cupola and we should be rewarded for it. 0.24 accuracy. Like, it's an accurate enough tank. I should get rewarded for it. At least that's my way of looking at it. Go backwards. Go backwards and you can force him around. Like, that's how weak spot should be. We just fire normal rounds and we hit. The Chief played it bad. Like, he knew he was getting hit by me, but then still sat there. I mean, we take 2 in return for basically all his hit points. That's unlucky. He turned at the very point that I was going to shoot. Nice shot into that. I don't think we can have a shot at this FV. Might just hate him. Okay. Alright, let's continue. So yeah, this definitely can work with improved aiming. Quite well, actually. So your tank becomes a lot more accurate. I mean, I suppose you could also switch out the vents for IRM, and then you can get IRM, improved aiming, and rammer. Which would kind of be nice. We can't spot this. Maybe we can spot the FV. I think this guy is going to try and get another shot off. There's also a 704 to my left, but we should spot him before he shoots, and then that should give me enough time to turn around. Come on, FV. Just turn. Go out in the open again. It's completely safe, trust me. Alright, let's back off a little bit. I can hit a Chief Cupola, but I can't hit this guy, apparently. The thing we need to be careful of is that the FV is actually quite deadly to me. If he hits my lower plate, like, a lot of health gone. Okay, I don't think... Oh, please don't go in front of an FV. He's just fire. Oh, God. 578. Not bad, actually. He can't hit us from there. He might be able to shoot in a second. I'm going to fire through that to get rid of that, which is good. Go and load HE again. All I want to do is just proxy this. Maybe we can get him to fire at my tracks or something. I don't know. Potentially we can one-shot him here. You need to kind of get a little bit lucky with the roll. Actually, do we? No, we don't. He's well within that one-shot territory, actually. And now he's just got hit by Artie, so he's even more. We have HE loaded, and we got AP ready for the next shell. Not that it's really going to matter. I don't even know whereabouts we can actually shoot this guy. I know through the window, but... Nice. Oh, we get over 3k damage, which is good. Oh, wait, there is a shot. Okay. Nice. Yeah, not too bad. This guy farmed 3k damage before he died. That's impressive, actually. Chief, I'd much rather have Chief meta. Like, you actually can't pen a Cran. Like, their Cupola is much, much harder to pen than a Chief Cupola. Anyway, it's enough of talking about Chiefs. We're going to play one more game just to finish things off. And that is going to be with like the recommended loadout that I think everyone should use now that I've played through all of them. Which is, I think that this is the best out of all of them. It gives you the best kind of ability, let's say. Because you get the turbo, you still have the hit points, so you're really, really hard to track. Especially once you get the unlock for the survivability. You're going to be very, very hard to actually track. and it gives you a little bit more hit points as well. So let's play one more game, last game of this little episode, and let's see how it goes. Right, we're on Mannerheim line, not too bad. This map on this side is actually kind of nice for the Badger, because you can get up onto this kind of ledge and then you can just farm people. However, because there is a Kran and stuff like that, we're probably not going to be able to take that position. We'll have to see. Alright, let's see what he does. He's not going to the position. He's taking a lot of damage for it. Well, this is just free damage here. That one went high. We had to fire, I think. Maybe not. I thought he was running away, but he's not. This is fine. Man, TVP, can you go away? You see what this M103 is? That's where you want to be. Fall back a bit more. Unfortunately, the TVP is stopping me from playing here. Otherwise, I would be able to just play like this, but we can't because of it. Kind of want to be where this Emil 2 is, but... keep the E75 tracked, hopefully. Then that's a nice perma track. Nice. The pattern won't be able to pen us from like this. Now we get the tracking shot. He repairs it though. But that does mean that he now doesn't have a repair kit. So that's good news for us. This guy, I don't know if he's going to push. He can't spot us anyway. And I think we're still unspotted. That's a bit unlucky. I think he's going to push again in a second. Just keep an eye on to the right as well. And now he pushes. Okay. That's unlucky. Is this 140 going to peak? I mean, I really didn't want 25 times zoom, but okay game, whatever you say. Can't find the shell on the char. Again, bounce. Like, come on. That really shouldn't be a bounce. At least the shells are actually going around aiming them, which is good. There's still plenty more health to be done, though. Okay. Now we're in the position that I wanted to be at the start. I think... is he reloading or has he got one more? He had one more. But now he doesn't. I don't think the Kran can actually... well, no, he's got APCR. There's no way he can pen me like this. Look how bullshit these cupolas are. Kran's on reload. I'm gonna ask for help. As long as we face hug him, it's fine. Go backwards now, we shoot once. And then we go forward and ram. Nice. Now for the Emil 2, who is going to be, I think, full health still, right? Yep, he's still full health. Char could be down to our right, but it's fine. Whatever. Char's going to take a while to kill us, because he's got 4-second ninja clip. The Emil, I think, has gone round. He's like on the edge. Yep. Okay, that's good. It's good and bad at the same time, actually. Okay, actually, that is really not very good. That was a misplay. I wanted to track... Oh, actually beautiful, teammate. Okay, this guy might have just saved me my my game here. There's also a guy up here. I don't know who it is, but I'm about to go and find out. Do you mind? You can overmatch this guy. Not that it matters, we hit his cupola. Right, who are you up here? Oh, a pattern. Okay. Okay, I might have just accidentally fired, but it's fine. Ah. I don't think that's a... Well, maybe we can get a 9th? No. Feels bad, man. Only 8 kills. 8 kills, 6.5, or 6.6. It's not too bad. Nice. Alright, so 6.7. We didn't get any spotting. I mean, we got 300. But, wait. Oh. On the 263. Okay. So, yeah. That is what I recommend. I mean, most of our shots actually went where we aimed. A few of them were aimed a bit poorly, but this loadout, mwah, actually beautiful on the Badger. It really is. So yeah, you can have good games in the Badger. We did win all of them. But if anything, it's almost nicer when you're on the losing team in the Badger because you can afford to play defensively and just rack up the kills and the damage. So like as they're pushing forwards, you just get into a hold down location and you just farm people. So it's kind of nice in that kind of situation. But as you can see, even when, you know, we're trying to be aggressive, like in the last game, we can still do it. And I think that with the turbo and the HP boost, it really makes the Badger very hard to deal with, especially when you're pushing forwards. And when you're in that defensive kind of situation, it just then emphasizes it even more because you just can't track the thing. And even when you do, it's 5 seconds to repair the tracks, even less of a time when you get the field mods for it. So yeah, this is quite nice. So hopefully you did enjoy, hopefully you found this useful in some way. Maybe it helped you out with the Badger, who knows. Either way, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you click the like button and subscribe, as it does all help me out greatly. And yeah, tell me what you think about the Badger. Whether you think it's completely useless. I think that it's fine in its current state. There are several situations where you wish you were in the Tortoise and not the Badger. But when there's someone in front of you and you're hull down, it can do things that the Tortoise can't. Because the Tortoise does have a cupola, and I would say the Tortoise is much more balanced than the Badger in that respect, to its armor, because the Badger doesn't have many weak spots, like at all. If it's hull down, or and at an angle, there's nothing you can really do to it. You're going to need at least like 350 like heat rounds and stuff like that to go through it reliably. So yeah, but yeah, let me know what you think, and thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.